Hi children, this is your social teacher Durgalashmi ma'am. So today we are going to learn the lesson 3, that is about major landforms of class 5. So major means important. Okay, important landforms. Okay, before going there, on the earth is made up of land and water. Okay, land and water. In this, the land is covered with a 29% and the water is covered with a 71%. So that is covered with 100%, we are having a 71% of water and 29% of land. Okay, now children. So next, the important landforms. What are the important landforms? Mountains, plateaus, plains, deserts, rivers. So we can know about all these landforms importance one by one now.
Hi children, we have know about the major landforms. What are major and what are landforms? Major means important and landform means a different type of mountains, plateaus, deserts, all this. So we can briefly know about this. Before that we can know. The earth is made up of land and water. Around 29% of the earth's surface is covered by land and about 71% by water. Already we discussed this. The surface of the earth is not the same everywhere. So on the surface of the earth it is not same all the parts. In all the parts the surface is not equal. Okay na? Some parts are flat and level. Okay. Some parts are flat and level while others are raised. Landforms are natural features of the earth's surface. The natural features means mountains, valleys, rivers, deserts. These all are the earth's surface. That means natural features. The major landforms of the earth are mountains, plateaus, plains, deserts and rivers. Now briefly we can know about all these landforms. So the first one is mountains. A mountain is a landform which rises more than 900 meters above the mean sea level. Okay, from the sea level we are having this 900 meters above. The mountains cover about 20% of the total land area of the earth. Okay, how much it is covering? 20% is covering. Which one? The mountains. The mountains differ in height and shape. They have very steep slopes. The highest point of mountain is called peak or summit. Okay, at the top we have the peak, that is called peak or summit. See, here we can see the peak. This is called the peak or summit. The mountain peaks are mostly conical in shape, which is the highest peak in the world. Before lesson I said that which is the highest peak in the world? Mount Everest. The height and the shape of the mountains depend on their age. As a human beings having the age, in the same way the mountains are also having the age. The Himalayas and the Alps are the young mountains. They are high and have conical peaks. The Aravallis and the Alphacians and very old mountains. Therefore, they are low and have round peaks. Several mountains may join together to form a chain or range. So here different type of mountains are joining. This is called a chain or a range. Mountains often have a series of parallel ranges which may extend for hundreds of kilometers. The Andes in South America and the Rockies in North America are two examples. And next we can know the importance. Mountains have a thin soil cover and steep slopes. It is difficult to grow crops here. The mountainous regions are thinly populated. This is due to an unsuitable climate and shortage of flat land and difficulty in transportation. Despite these mountains are very useful to us. So the mountains are having, we can't cultivate any type of crops here. So it is not useful. It has a shortage of flat land and also difficulty in transportation. Mountains act as a barrier against cold and hot winds. Rivers originates from mountains provide water for irrigation. And also here the rivers originating from mountains and provides water for irrigation. That means for cultivation the mountains are giving water. The slopes of mountains have a rich pasture lands and valuable forests. Here the mountains having a rich pasture lands and valuable forests. They are very important. Some mountains are rich in minerals. So here not only mountains are rich in minerals. Children, plateaus. A plateau or a tableland is a highland with a flat top. It rises abruptly from the surroundings land. Plateau means it is like a table land with a flat top. Okay now. So it has a steep slopes. So the slopes are steep. Some plateaus are very large and extend over hundreds of kilometers. Here the plateaus are very extended. Okay, we can see moreover for kilometers. The Deccan Plateau in India is an example. The Tibetan Plateau is the largest, highest in the world. Okay, which is the highest plateau in the world? Tibetan Plateau. It is surrounded by mountain ranges on all sides. Other examples are Colorado Plateau in the North America and Bolivian Plateau in the South America. Most plateaus are in dry regions on the leeward side of the mountains. So here leeward means it is having a steep slopes. That means it is having a low rainfall. Okay, it is a dry region. No, there is no rainfall. It is having a less rainfall. Due to high altitudes, the climate is cold and the growing season is short. So the climate is very cold. So the season of growing is short. Why? Because only cold means how the crops can grow. It needs wet and also dry. Many plateaus have a deep canyons on their surface. The Grand Canyon is a Colorado Plateau. It is an example. Here canyon means it is a deep steep sides of rocks. Okay now, and importance, plateaus have grasslands on which cattle and sheep are reared. Okay, in these areas we can see more grass to for the cattle and sheep rearing. Okay now, so the grass is useful for the sheep and also cattle. Some plateaus are rich in mineral deposits. It's also very rich in mineral. Here next we can see plains. A plain is a flat and low lying land surface. They are also called lowlands. They can be level or slightly hilly. The slopes of the land is gentle. Okay, plains may be formed by deposition of sand and sit by rivers. So these plains are having a flat surface and it is called as a lowlands. Okay now, and it is having a slightly hilly slopes and land is a gentle. Gentle means equal. So these plains are formed by some sand and a small pieces of stones. As in the case of northern plains of India, rivers carry sand and sit with them. That means here sand and the stones are flowing with the water. When the rivers slow down, these materials are deposited on the banks. Plains are formed by these deposits. How the plains are formed? By the flowing of the rivers of sand and the slate. It is deposited on the banks. Then the plains are formed. And some plains are in the interiors of continents while some are near the sea coast. Plains are more thickly populated than mountains and plateaus. Here, when compared to mountains and plateaus, plains are very thickly populated. Why? Because the mountains and plateaus are rocky areas, but here the rivers and flowing, and with the help of these rivers, the soil and also some rocks are moving with that. So it forms the plain. So it is useful for cultivation also. Next we can see importance. Plains have fertile soil which is suitable for agriculture. Most ancient civilizations came upon the banks rivers of the plains. So here the plains are having a fertile soil to cultivate agriculture. Most big cities and towns are located in the plains. It is easier to construct roads, railways, aerodromes and canals in the plains. Why? Because the land is having a suitable to construct all these.